Hey everybody, once again, this is MOBO-Media. This is Eric Brown with MOBO-Media. Hey, I want to talk about, today I'm outfitted with my veteran gear. Air Force retiree, 22 years, Master Sergeant, Fort Worth, Texas, born and raised. And so I just want to talk about, military service in the black community and what it means to the black community. So, a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to really do a deep dive research into, not just our history, but the history of black veterans within our community and the impact of black veterans within our communities. And what I found was both inspiring and tragic. The inspiring part was that, military service is it's almost it's a way out for a lot of folks within black communities. It's a way up. When I say way out, I don't mean way out away from their situations. I mean way out of situations where they are essentially corralled, so to say, within the communities. There's not a lot of options for folks to leave the communities sometimes. School is not an option for a lot of times in the black communities because it costs. The cost of school is expensive. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of black Americans that are going to school. A lot of blacks going to school. African Americans, whatever you want to call it. A lot of us are going to school, but military has always been that other option, a way for us to send our young men and women out to learn something in the world from a military perspective. And in doing so, we always encourage our young folks to not just serve in the military, but make the military also serve you. And by that, I mean, you get something out of the military, i.e. education. Education is free in the military. And I always encourage any young folks in the military, make sure you get your education. That is one of the best benefits that I can think of in terms of military service. But, the military option for blacks goes back many years. It goes back many years. We fought in every war, in every major war, black Americans. In fact, oftentimes we fought on the front lines. If you don't believe me, go read the history of us in Vietnam and what they would do with us, because we were brave. We are brave people. And so they would put the brave people out front, which is us as scouts and things like that. I've got military members that served in my family. My uncles served. My grandfather served. My father served. Just a lot of military in the family. And, each generation gets better and better because one of the things that I picked up on is that, years ago, some of the black veterans that served didn't take advantage of their benefits. A lot of time it's because they were not aware of those benefits. Unfortunately, the outreach efforts to push their information out to veterans oftentimes were only limited to veterans of another race. Let me just put it to you like that. And I'm being real. I'm not trying to be divisive. We just didn't get the information a lot of times. There was not a lot of focus on us in our communities. But I think if our folks had gotten the benefits, if my grandfather had gotten military benefits years ago, man, I think it would have changed a whole lot of things within our family, because that was, you're talking about another significant revenue stream coming into the family. And so, again, we didn't have much coming up, but we had a lot of love. But I think that a little extra help in terms of benefits that were earned, by my grandfather and uncles, I think would have went a long way. But military has been an option for us. It's also been controversial, too, because a lot of folks say, well, why would you want to go and fight in America's war when, America doesn't even treat you right in your own country? You know what I'm saying? And I would say it's for something bigger than that. It's for something bigger than America. It's for me. It's for us. It's for us who have served. We want to challenge ourselves to make sure that we can experience being our best selves at some point in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities to go get education, opportunities to, take care of our families. And so it's been an option, for families for quite a long time, for black families. I will tell you there's a negative aspect to it that just disgusts me, and it's during the Vietnam era. Because everybody, a lot of folks know what happened during Vietnam. It was an unpopular war. Vietnam veterans were not welcome back. The typical Vietnam veteran was not welcome back. So imagine, black Americans leaving for the Vietnam War. They're not accepted into the fabric of America before they went off to war. When they come back from war, they think things have changed and it's the same old game. You come back and you still call the N-word and spit on, and you still were told to stay in your place, and there's still places you couldn't go across the nation. It's the craziest thing. You want to fight for a country where I'm not even allowed to go sit in some of the restaurants in that same country. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. But again, it was a way out for a lot of families, man, or way up, way to incorporate more revenue and more resources into families. So kudos to those folks from my community who have served. I think I had a couple of friends from high school serve. I know of only 2. Let me take that back. I knew 3 people that I went to school with that served in the military, from what I understand. Amos Turner, he was in the Air Force. He actually went with me to the Air Force, and he graduated with me. Miguel Bridges, he went to the Marine Corps, had a long, successful year in the Marine Corps, and I didn't even know Miguel had joined the military until we ended up running across each other in Japan, of all places. Just imagine that. Last time I see him is at graduation at Dunbar. Next time I see him, we're in Japan at a store, at the military base. And so we were very happy to see each other. We connected immediately and just started talking about the things that we could relate to, such as Stop 6 and Dunbar and Fort Worth and Texas. And man, it was just a good feeling. And we stayed connected until we left Japan. And the other person that I recall going to the military, her name was Adrienne Livingston. And I knew Adrienne, coming through school. Adrienne was good in basketball and sports.